there, this is Teacher Kath and welcome to my channel. Hi there. Today we're going to talk about the basic ideas of sets. Right, so what is a set? Set is a well-defined group of objects. So I want you to focus on the word well-defined. Okay, so when we say well-defined, it means clearly stated or described, or let's say specific. Kana bang klaro og unsay iyahang gipangayo or unsay naman sa set. So let's now take a look at some sentences here. For the first set of sentences, we have the set of animals, the set of numbers, the set of favorites. So for these first three sentences, klaro ba unsay iyang gipangayo? For the first set of animals, kabalo ba tag unsang klasiha, what type, what kind of animals are being asked for? For the set of numbers, are we referring to real numbers, irrational numbers, or maybe complex numbers? And how about the set of favorites? Unsa man nga favorite? Favorite ba nga pagkaon or favorite nga subject or whatever favorite that is? Now let's take a look at another set of sentences here below. You have the set of letters in the word math, the set of cities in Negros Oriental, and the set of multiples of 3 between 10 and 20. So for the first sentence, the set of letters in the word math. Klaro ba unsay gipangayo? And that is a yes. So the set of letters in the word math, obviously that would be M, A, T, and H. Now for the second sentence, the set of cities in Negros Oriental. Is this specific? That is a yes, because we know that there are 5 cities in Negros Oriental. From the south, we have Bayawan. Then going up to the north, we have Dumaguete City, Pais and Tanhay cities, Gihulngan City, and of course, our beloved Canlaon City. And for the third sentence, we have the set of multiples of 3 between 10 and 20. Klaro ba iyang gipangayo? Is it clearly described? Is it specific? Yes. So what are the multiples of 3, which is of course between 10 and 20? So you have 12, 15, and 18. Alright. So with that being said, we can say that these 3 sentences, okay, the set of letters in the word math, the set of cities in Negros Oriental, and the set of multiples of 3 between 10 and 20 are all set, well-defined sets. Okay, so moving on, the definition of set, it is a well-defined group of objects. Now I want you to focus on the word objects. Well, objects would refer to the elements of your set. Well, let me focus on one type of writing set, and that's in the roster form. There's another form which is the set builder form, but let's focus first on the roster form because this is what we'll be using most of the time. So in writing sets in roster form, there are 3 things that you have to remember. First, use the capital letter of the English alphabet. All the time, capital letter will name your set. Number 2, enclose the elements in a pair of braces. And number 3, elements must be separated by commas. Okay, we know the elements. These are the objects. So it could be a number, it could be a word, an object, a letter, or whatever object you are taking into consideration. Okay, so let's move on. So what if we have set M consists of multiples of 3 between 10 and 20. So notice that we already name the set as set M. So that is using the capital letter M to name the set, which contains the multiples of 3. So again, we use the capital letters of the English alphabet and we enclose the elements in a pair of braces. And yes, the elements should be separated by commas. Okay, so that's how you're going to write your set in rooster form. Moving on, let's have the universal set. This refers to a set that contains all the related sets under consideration and denoted by the capital letter U. So that means of all the letters in the English alphabet, an U is already taken. So that will automatically serve as the universal set, the name for the universal set. And another one, we have the subset, which means a set with all elements contained are from the other given set. So let's look at some examples. Okay, so we have here set U, which is your universal set with elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And the subsets are set A with elements 1, 2, and 3, set B with elements 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and set C with element 9. So notice that in set A, 1, 2, 3 comes from the universal set. So it is a subset. In set B, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10 also comes from the universal set. And set C, yes, it comes from the universal set as well. Now, what about set D here? Okay, we have here set D with elements 1, 2, 7, 8, and 15. Do you think this is also a subset of the universal set? Well, try to check the elements. Are all the elements of set D coming from the universal set? Well, of course, that's a no. Even though you have 1, 2, 7, and 8 coming from the universal set, it includes an element which is 15, which is not in the universal set. Okay, so set D is not a subset. Okay, so moving on, let's have set H with elements A, B, and C. Writing all its subsets below, we have ABC, AB, AC, BC, A, B, C, and an empty pair of braces. So when we say subsets, we denote that by this symbol. It looks like an extended letter C with an underscore. Okay, so moving on, let's consider another example. So we have set T with elements 1 and 5. If we try to write all the subsets, of course we have 1 and 5, 1, 5, and an empty pair of braces. Now let's take a look at this square because I want to show you the difference between the subset and a proper subset. So for the subset, again, we use the symbol like a letter C, an extended letter C with an underscore. All these subsets are of course subsets. So W is a subset of T, set X is a subset of set T, set Y is a subset of set T, and set Z is a subset of set T. Now on the other hand, for the proper subset, notice that you don't have an underscore anymore. And only set X is a subset of set T, set Y is a subset of set T, and set C is a subset of set T. So what do you notice? We did not include set W. That is because when we say proper subset, it should not be the exact elements, or it should not be equal to the given set. So since set W has exactly the same elements as set T, it's not a proper subset. But set X, set Y, and set Z are proper subsets. Okay? You have noticed the usage of an empty set. Okay, that's actually equal to the null set using this symbol. And an empty set is always a subset of any set. So if you're asked to write all the subsets of a set, you always include the empty set. Well, if you write a pair of braces and a null set inside it, it's not an empty set anymore. Or should you call it a null set? Okay? So, moving on to the cardinality of a set. So it refers to the number of elements in a set, and denoted by a small letter n, and the name of the set enclosed in a pair of parentheses. What you have to do here is simply count. So given set E with elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, if you count the number of elements, there are 5. For set F with elements 2, 3, 5, 7, counting the elements will give you 4. And set G with an empty pair of braces, that is, you don't see any element inside. So that is a 0. So the cardinality of set G is 0. Okay. Let's now have the set operations. So for the set operations, you have union, intersection, difference, and complement. There are just few keywords that I want you to remember so that it would be easy for you to work on. So for the union, that's simply the combination of elements. Intersection means you have to find the common elements. Unsay pareha nila, unsay naa nilang duha. That's the intersection. So for the difference, you have to subtract, minus, and for the complement, you simply have to subtract the elements from the universal set. Okay, so let's take a look at the example. This is going to be the last one. Okay, so given that you have the universal set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, well, with subsets A equals 1, 2, 3, and subset B with elements 2, 4, and 6, you get, let's first get the union of A and B. So A union B, that is to combine the elements of set A and set B. So if you combine, you have 1, 2, 3, combine that with 2, 4, and 6. But we do not write elements twice, so it should be unique. Since nibalik man ang 2, we only write that as usa ka buong 2. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. Now for the intersection, A intersection B, again you have to find the common element. Unsay naa nilang duha. So take a look at set A and set B. What element ang naa nilang duha? And that is obviously the element 2. So that's the intersection. Now for the difference, A minus B is different from B minus A. So if you have A minus B, that is from the elements of set A, remove the elements of set B. So unsa may makuha nato from set A nga ga-exist sa set B? Since we have 1, 2, 3, and ang set B na ay 2, 4, 6, wala may 4 ang set A, so we don't care about that. As well as 6, di nato nahilabtan. But set B has 2 and set A has 2, so we remove 2 from set A. So A minus B is 1, 3. Same process. B minus A, you have to consider the elements 2, 4, 6 and remove 1, 2, and 3 from it. Since wala may 1, wala po'y 3, so we don't care about that. But we have a 2, so we remove the 2 from set B, giving you 4, 6. And finally, for the complement, A complement is again the universal set minus the given set A. So if set A is 1, 2, 3, the complement of set A is ang nahabilin sa universal set after removing or taking 1, 2, 3, and that is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And for B complement, the same process. We remove the elements of set B, 2, 4, 6. Unsay nahabilin sa universal set is B complement, and that is 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's it for the basic ideas of set.
Thank you so much for watching. Please like and share this video. And don't forget to please subscribe to my channel.